It's my back. I'm not strong. I haven't been doing arm day or.
We're rolling! We should hit the road so we make it in time for our on-site, off-beach, on the beach, on the something the beach. What are we doing on the beach side?
I'm the fastest man alive. I'm the fastest man alive. One more time. One more time.
It's hot in here.
It's hot in here. I was giving you your moment.
Oh, sorry.
We don't need to drive a truck through it. Eric, how many times do you think I've told a bad guy that it's over? Especially when it's not over, but. It's over, Fiddler. Or maybe it's not, but. Harley's gonna take the engine.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. Your badge just fell off. What? Harley?
Camera's not even on.
I know, but he's gonna turn around. We're gonna leave at the end of this. I don't know. Harley's gonna get the engine.
He can't even keep his badge on.
And pays you all $250,000 each in compensation.
What?
You said you told me the money. I'm just like, it's so good, Andy. I'm sorry.
They have the same jitters order.
Officer Chemist, is what's happening?
There's a helicopter.
There's a helicopter.
Barry Allen's the Flash.
Officer Chemist,
They have the same jitters order. Are you kidding me?
There's gonna be bloopers from this scene.
Yeah.
So he just be disappearing like that. Like,
He just once in a while.
Right, I get it.
This is all good for the roll at 120 frames.
It's your boys.
So.
It's time we focus on survival.
Felt it coming. Okay.
There are hundreds of sentinels.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry.
There are hundreds of sentinels out there.
No one else is laughing.
Should we go back a little bit?
Yeah, we know. We do too.
I know.
Trust us.
There are hundreds of sentinels out there.
We got it. We got it.
There are hundreds of sentinels out there.
That's why we need your help more than ever. Wait, you came back too?
It's just temporary. I can only intervene when the multiverse is in danger.
I think you missed me.
Let's go kick some ass.
Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. Let's go rehearsal.
Mosquito, sorry. Like, I don't want to see him bite me on the forehead. I'm like, it's been lingering this whole time.
Sorry, I can't. You got a mosquito. Sorry.
I felt it.
It's my birthday. Out of here.
They're everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
There's
everywhere.
2 on your head.
Wow.
Is this normal for January?
No. What's happening?
I'm like paranoid about it now. I like feel ghost mosquitoes.
Like my shoulder itches. It's like they didn't give me this.
There you go. You got it.
I really did get it. I'm just keeping them entertained.
This is how you choose scenery. Fire! City's on fire!
Flames? Flames?
Fire flames! Okay.
I hope you choke on that drink, you. Oops, CW.
One more time.
Oh my God. Eopard? Eopard's on?
Sorry.
It's not your name, is it? Sorry. When Grammy Cecile's called Cecile's?
Laura?
When Grammy Cecile calls from 25 years. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a thing now.
You know this is your last shot ever. Oh my God.
I like it. It's really weirdly relaxing. Like a baby in a Bjorn thing.
Thanks, Captain. Gotta run. Mercer's gonna be right.
Hello.
Who's Mercer?
Sorry?
We were just flirting.
All right, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We got 34 people here on a weird night, like a last minute thing for me. Let's play some background music. Let's do that. Let's play some background music. I hate dead air. Nothing worse than dead air. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I had a couple people that were going to join in because it was last minute, and so they may show up possibly. How was everyone doing? How was your evening? How was your Thursday? Got a few fun things I want to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about this Twitch stuff because it kind of blew my mind a little bit. Talk about that. I'm going to look at some trailers. Y'all want to look at some trailers? We're going to look at the Blade trailer. I haven't had a chance to see that. We're going to look at the Blade trailer. We're going to look at the newest Aquaman trailer. A couple other things we're going to look at. We're going to talk a bit about the possibility that the Agatha show is changing the name of the show again. I don't know if it's real or not. Bunch of other random stuff we're going to look at if we have time. We'll see if we get there. So Cody coming in here saying, I saw Wonka really, really liked it. Yeah, we were going to go see that tonight, but all of our showings around here were sold out. So I don't know if it's going to make a lot of money or not. We'll see how it does financially. They could use some wins right now. Actually, that brings up the first thing I kind of want to talk about. Let me get it pulled up over here. All right, let's see. It looks like Paigey has dropped into the mix. Where were you? What took you so long? Where have you been?
Wouldn't you like to know? You're always asking these questions, and
well, that's why I ask, because I want to know. Are you still sick?
Sort of. I don't know if you can hear in my voice. I think I'm like 85, 90% recovered.
Well, look, Dark Shadow's sick too. Did you guys catch the same Cole? Was he in your vicinity?
I got cooties, so I don't know if that's what Dark Shadow also got.
Yeah. Let's see here. I guess I was going to pull up an article. We can talk about it. I saw something on Twitter. I don't know if this is true or not. When it comes up on Twitter, it's like a 50-50 chance that it's not real. So I don't know if it's real or not. But I saw that it's a possibility that Warner Brothers' trajectory is bankruptcy. Did you see that? Did you see the article about that? Did you read it?
I didn't see that. I saw something about where it was like 60% chance it goes broke or something like that.
All right. Okay. So before we decide whether it's true or not, do you think it's true? Like personally, would you believe that if they told you that? Like if someone told you that,
just because but I think that's probably just because all like the shifting that they've done, and there seems to be a lot of investment with not a ridiculous amount of return, if not losses in different things. So I think most people knew that it wasn't going to be Warner Brothers Discovery for too long.
Yeah.
I think most people, even when it was shortly after they bought it. So it looks like it's probably going to get sold. I think it's not a question of if it's going to be sold, it's when's it going to be sold. And also who's going to buy it.
I believe they'll sell off pieces. I don't think they're going to sell it all as one big lump thing. I think they may try to sell off bits of the studio, like some of the smaller independent places that got absorbed by Warner Brothers. Different parts of the studio. I think they'll probably try to sell off pieces of it. I think anyway.
What? So do you think they'll sell TNT or something like that?
Yeah, I think because
or CNN.
Probably. I mean, I feel like Discovery has things from WB they want to keep and things they want to offload. I think DC might be something they're going to try and offload, like all the DC stuff, because they're already putting it out
with that
on different outlets and stuff.
I did see a lot of speculation around it. That's why That's why James Gunn maybe put his brother as Maxwell Lord to try and get him a paycheck before DC. Maybe he's not in charge of DC anymore.
Yeah, there was something. Let me find this here. This popped up. It was like a argument. Not really an argument, I guess, but a little back and forth here with James Gunn. And it says, James, what happened to DC not selling themselves out to everyone and being all divided? I guess there's a new Batman movie at Amazon. An entire DCU is at Netflix. Well, DCEU. The DCU is not out. And maybe more coming. Just to name a few of the recents. I can't wait to hear more lies from your mouth, especially when Superman flops. Thank you for keeping up the confusion. And James responds, but not sure where the anger is from. You misunderstand DC projects being spread across different platforms so that there's more people that have access to the stories. It's not the same as having any cohesion in the DCU timeline, which we very much do. Starts with Creature Commandos. Merry Little Batman on Amazon is a fun animated kids movie that was already being made when we came aboard. But Elseworld animated projects like this will keep things happening. Not sure how that's confusing. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not holding James Gunn responsible for massive decisions made at DC because I do believe that when it comes to like the business side of it, obviously his partner is the one, Peter Safran is the one sort of dealing with that aspect of it. So that's really not even James's position at DC with Warner Brothers. But even all of that aside, ultimately it comes down to the shareholders and David Zaslav on what's going to happen with DC. But it does seem a little weird that stuff is being broken up with DC and we're seeing things in different places, and how it's getting spread out. It leans a little more into the legitimacy of the fact that there is bankruptcy on the horizon for Warner Brothers if they don't do something. And it's a little weird to me. And so you were saying you believe that that's why he's trying to get his brother on board is because this may not pan out. It may not work out in the long run.
That was like the talk that was going around is that like maybe that's why he's put his brother because it's like a recurring thing and it's going to be a recurring paycheck. Mm-hmm. Because of, and it's not that he necessarily knows that this is going to happen, but there's that potential there because the thing is if they do sell and let's just say Universal buys it or something like that, Universal might want to put one of their people there, depending on how, like, the thing is that, like, let's say Superman Legacy comes out and it makes like 750, 800 mil. That's not bad, but a lot of people would say that's probably, or should be, $1 billion movie, considering a lot of the attention that it gets. Like, any sort of minor thing with that, it gets a lot of attention.
Money aside, a lot of people are concerned because there's so many characters being introduced. We're seeing all of these names dropped, all these characters being put in there. I personally I'm leaning more towards the side of like I think James Gunn can handle a lot of characters in a story, but it's quite possible that it being a Superman movie and not an ensemble film, that it may feel a little weird with because this isn't like Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad where it's already a team movie. This is supposed to be like our introduction to the new Superman, and a lot of people are worried that he's going to fuck it up by putting 50 characters in this movie. And I can understand why. I mean, it does seem like there's a lot of people being announced for the film. I don't know. Are you weary about that at all? Or, how do you feel about that?
I think you have to be a bit up Gunn's ass probably to not be a bit concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you have to be a bit up his ass to say, oh, no, there's no worries there. And the main thing is sort of what you said before, is that Gunn has handled a lot of characters in a lot of movies, and that's probably a pro in regards to his writing and being able to write characters and make them differ. But in all those different things, sure, there's been like a lead character per se, especially in Guardians with Peter Quill. Yeah, but it's not called Peter Quill or Star-Lord.
Right, it's not Star-Lord the movie. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The movie's still about the group, but you just have a main character that leads that story within the group. But this is Superman, where it is Superman. And then you got to balance both sides of both Superman and Clark Kent. Mm-hmm. And arguably is also the Kal-El side as well.
Right.
So that's the concern, I guess.
I really, really, really think one of the issues we have, and even James Gunn said this, that like cameos the movie isn't the tea. Like nobody wants that. They don't want just a bunch of cameos. And we heard people complaining about that in The Flash, even though you and I both know that there's only a portion of that movie, very tiny bit of that movie that had
5 minutes,
cameos.
maybe.
The rest of it was actual characters in the film. Batman had a reason for being there. Supergirl had a reason for being there. They were not cameos. They were there for the story. The cameo portion of it is a very small part of the movie. So a lot of people are worried that we're going to get cameos the movie with the Superman movie because there's not enough room for all of these characters to be introduced. And after him coming out and saying this doesn't make good movies, and look, I talked to my brother today. He's not in the stream here, but I haven't talked to him in a while. But we talked about like the upcoming changes to Marvel with like the Daredevil and everything, and he pretty much sort of agreed with me that I think one of the biggest mistakes Marvel made post like Phase 3 is deciding that every movie has to be some sort of it. Like, not every movie needs to be a team up movie. You know what I mean? Like, I do realize that some of them actually end up. Like, for example, Spider-Man. Spider-Man was kind of a team-up movie, but it made a ton of money. But that was a different situation. It's a different conversation because that wasn't about the team-ups per se. It was just about the idea of this multiverse because it was the first big movie to do it. It brought in 2 characters that people had already been established. You didn't have to establish Toby, Spider-Man, or Andrews. They were already established characters coming into it. So that wasn't that. But the idea that, like, so many Marvel movies, like, for example, the Marvels, if you look at that, one of the things that I've heard from people is that they wanted a Captain Marvel 2, not a team-up movie. They wanted to see Captain Marvel, her story continue as Captain Marvel, not necessarily with Ms. Marvel and Photon, but just Captain Marvel herself in that movie. And I think now that I'm hearing more from people that have had time to sort of take the movie in, is that that's the issue, is that so many things now are becoming just put characters in a movie because that's what people want instead of giving us a solid movie. Because I know you haven't seen it, but Shang-Chi is an amazing fucking movie. It's an introduction movie to that character, and it doesn't get bogged down with like other characters being in it, taking up space. It really is its own like film with this one character.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that? Do you think that's an issue as well, that people are just they're tired of like these massive team up movies, these half Avengers type films, is what I kind of call them?
I think, I don't know, I think it's like maybe people just, I don't know, want a reason for things happening, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Marvels didn't really have any setup in any sort of previous thing, whether it was Captain Marvel 1 or any of the other things. They just sort of were together.
Right.
When the like, and that's the promotion.
Look, I'm not saying that's the only problem with the movie. I mean, there's a lot of issues that movies this year have had. But I do believe that Marvel in general, the team up stuff, they need to pump the brakes on it a little bit, because what was really beautiful about the early phases was that each character had their moment leading into the big movies, with the exception of Black Widow and Hawkeye. They were the only 2 characters that really didn't have their moment going into the big movies. But you know, I do think that affected Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania as well. I mean, there was just so many characters in it. And people, I don't think it's superhero fatigue. I think it's like group movie fatigue at this point, where there's just so many characters with so many stories happening. And I hope that during this break, this reboot that we get, this reset, as I like to call it, the next year, that they try to pare it down a little bit. Give us these $100 million movies with like an origin story with a character. I know they don't want to do origin story films anymore, but I think they need to go back to giving us like, let us really get to love the characters before you just push them into a movie. I think that's the best way to do it, honestly.
I don't know.
I want to talk here about some super chats. We got a couple super chats. I'll save one for the next story here. Sagarvor with a $5 super chat, $4.99. I'll say 5. We'll round it up. I think they'll only sell the Warner Brothers properties minus CNN, and Zaslav will hold on to the Discovery related stuff. I don't think Zaslav will stay. I think if they start selling off pieces of Warner Brothers, even with Discovery being in the position it's in, I think Zaslav will take a nice exit package and then move on to another company. That's what I think.
By the way, fun fact. Mm-hmm. I chucked on Looney Tunes Back in Action yesterday. Mm-hmm. I'm not even kidding. In that movie, there's these 2 Warner Brothers executives. I don't know if they're meant to be twins or something like that. And this movie's from like early 2000s, like 2003 or something like that. Mm. They look like David Zaslav.
Really?
I was sort of tripping balls when I was watching it. They look like David Zaslav.
I'll have to go hunt that down and find it. What was it on? What service was it on for you? Was it on one of your Australian services? Or
yeah, it was on like the HBO Max equivalent over here.
That's funny. All right, let's pull up this story here. What's up, Filmic? All right, so this was kind of what's like made me want to go live was all this stuff with Twitch because I find it quite interesting. Let's zoom in here if I can. I don't know, why is it not zooming in? Hold on. Chrome updated and it's being weird. All right, there we go.
I thought you used Internet Explorer.
Yeah, every day, all day, every day. So I haven't been on Twitch in a minute, right? And I'll be honest, Twitch wasn't really my move. I came back to YouTube because Twitch was fun, but yeah.
Are you alive and breathing?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? What are you sharing? What is this?
Click on it.
I mean, I'll have to take what's down up here. Is it relevant to what we're talking about?
Yeah, it's very relevant. See what I mean on the right there? They look like David Zaslav.
It actually looks like David Zaslav and like even Bob Iger with glasses on. So
especially this one here looks. Yeah. They both look like David Zaslav.
They do. It's the
I was like tripping.
They're old white guys. I mean, they all old white guys kind of look the same.
Well, to be honest, they sort of look like you at the same time.
Well, I'm an old white guy. I guess I could say that works. Okay, so I haven't been on Twitch in a minute, and a lot of people, I've told them that I didn't know when I was coming back because, to be honest, I would rather just come over here and do what I was doing on Twitch and then remove content that YouTube doesn't like. So if you're not watching it live, you're missing half the story. It worked out really well for the last stream. All I did was go in and remove the clips that they didn't like, and bam, done. Twitch, on the other hand, everything deletes after a month, and it's just annoying. There was a lot of issues with Twitch. But anyway, they updated their policy, and this was because they had a streamer that was wearing a crop top. No, it was a tube top, not a crop top. The other way.
A boob tube.
It's cut off from here up instead of from here down. Anyway, and she was streaming, and you could only see her from like the mid chest up, so it looked like she wasn't wearing a top. And at the time, there wasn't any real like violation, I guess, of guidelines. Morgue Pie, that's her name, yeah. But it was definitely something that was getting a lot of attention in the news. Did you see like all the people talking about it when it was happening? Like it seemed like it was everywhere. And then I heard she was banned from the site, and I thought that was the end of it. Like that's it. So we're not going to hear any more about it. But then the weird thing was, a few days later, this came out. So Twitch updated their sexual content policy. Changes. Certain content now allowed with labels. So apparently they added a sexual themes label. And artistic nudity is allowed. All right. Game nudity, which I guess there's games that like on Steam that are adult games that they couldn't play that I guess they can play now. Contextual labels necessary. Body painting acceptable with appropriate labels. So nude body painting, I guess. Mature games, labels generally covers content. Stream visibility impacted by content labels. And I guess that means if you put a mature label on your stream, you'll get less visibility. I'm assuming that's what it means. But look, it doesn't matter. If you're doing nude streams, you're going to get more people coming to your streams than you. Like, one thing about Twitch has dropped the fucking ball on small creators. If you're a small channel, get fucked on Twitch. Like, unless you work really hard, like it took me forever to even get my channel up to a certain point on Twitch. And there's some people that never get there. They can be on Twitch for years and never reach those numbers. And that's because Twitch does fuck all for new creators. If you're a small channel, fuck you. That's pretty much it. If you're not getting rated by a bigger channel or something like that, you're not gonna get views. I have my thoughts about this, but I want to know what do you think about these changes right now before we start looking through some of the news here?
I mean, I think it's mainly just because if they didn't enforce them, they would probably lose a bunch of money that they already get from people exploiting it already. Like those people that get, where they were wearing boob tubes and stuff. And someone mentioned like hot tub streams, but the hot tub streams have been having for ages. And the amount of like clips I've seen on Twitter and stuff where people have quote unquote accidents in the hot tub streams.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, yeah. And the thing is, yeah, I think it's, I mean, it's at this point, it's probably like, I mean, they're like what? A page turning over to may as well be an OnlyFans stream, like at that thing. Like it's weird that like, but the whole reason they're doing that, the whole reason they're doing this is because they'd lose a bunch of money.
Right.
From
Okay.
people going to other platforms,
Mhm.
whatever it is, to do this stuff. Like that's
Yeah,
the only
so-
reason. They're not doing it because they think it's the right thing to do. Because I think it's, I mean, like even with all the labels and stuff like that, like kids still go on this. Like even if they are 17 or 16, they're still underage and they probably
Right.
shouldn't, you know. So
There's going to be there's a lot. I have a lot to unpack with this. Number one is, as soon as I heard about this, I was like, this is going to become a funnel for OnlyFans. That's what this is going to be.
100%. Because at the moment, I don't think you can link any of that stuff on your Twitch page. You have to like link to like a link tree or like in one of those other like, you know, whatever they call them, like the link collectors, you know, the things there. And that's how you would link to something like an OnlyFans or a X-rated Patreon.
Well, all you have to do is tell people about your Twitter. They go to your Twitter, they see that you have an OnlyFans, and then that's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. So it's going to be a funnel for that. Which, look, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? If people are using the system this way, that's Twitch's fault. It's not their fault. It's
I wouldn't blame like, you know, Sally the Sheep or something, like some weird online persona, if they were on here, you know, going along with this, because now these are the rules. Fair enough. Yeah, like you don't hate the player, hate the game and what Twitch is doing. It's their website as well. They can do it, but I think for like a gaming website that people just jump on, they play GTA or something, or play FIFA or COD or whatever.
I think this is,
but you know, I think, you know what the big thing is? I think it depends how it dictates the homepage, because I think they could actually, I think sites like YouTube Gaming, Kick.com and stuff like that, and any of those other like gaming things, they could really capitalize on this, because the homepage for anyone that's over 18 just turns into hot tub streams.
Well,
boob painting and stuff like that, and all like the gaming and those things go away from the homepage. Why would you stay there if you have like now your chances of being promoted have gone down like 50, 60, 70%.
Well, I was just thinking, what if you're gaming, right? You're doing, I don't know, Madden or something, any of those like popular games, right? And you see you're on the front page, and then you're like, oh shit, boom, change my themes, change my labels midstream, and now I'm doing hot tub boob stream with body painting. Because you can do that. Like while you're streaming, you can change your labels and your tags. You can do that while you're streaming.
Well, you know how there's also, because someone said it was like it's like a Rule 34 thing. You know, there's like guys on there that now create anime or like cartoon AI, and they're female characters, and they just speak in like a high-pitched voice.
Let's look at this. This is something that's been happening too. So this person here says, hey, at Twitch, your new guidelines actually in place. I marked my stream accordingly as having sexual content, new drawing specifically, so I was either mass reported or your new terms of service isn't working. So this is someone that was like, okay, they're allowing this now, so I'm going to start doing my artwork on there, which should be allowed. Artistic nudity. That's literally what it was titled. And they were banned. There's another one here, another person here that goes, I received a 3-day suspension for drawing a nude character without any visible genitals during my 4-hour stream today. Reason the ban: nudity sharing content featuring naked adults, especially visible genital buttocks or female breast nipples. So it's like they're telling people it's okay, and then they're doing it, and they're still getting like suspensions or bans for it. Because I don't even think everybody on the site is on the same page, like in terms of what they're allowed to do, because it's such a vague like thing.
Yeah. And that's Twitch just should have like put a line in the sand and just said, hey, anything that's, you know, anything like that, just no, because you're going to get this stuff where, because the thing is, you're just going to get someone that just goes on stream nude. Like that's just what's going to happen. It's like, well, hold on, I thought we could be nude. It's like, no, it's this, that, and the other.
I can't show it here because it would clearly get me in trouble on YouTube, but there are people that have done like these mega clips of what's happening on Twitch right now. And I can't, like, normally I could just go to Twitch and be like, okay, we're going to scroll through Twitch and look at what's happening. You can't even do that on YouTube anymore, because this kind of stuff that they're allowing on Twitch would get you banned here on YouTube 100%. So I would go and show you what's happening, but I'm just going to tell you what my experience was, because I can't show you any visuals. When I went there earlier and I was flipping through, there are like naked women laying like face down, like breast down on the bed, complete ass out, doing nothing but sitting there talking to the chat. So it's IRL with just them naked on the bed with mirrors all over the place, which again, I'm not hating on them. More props to them for gaming the system. Like if they're able to get away with it. They're able to get away with it. That's part of the new terms of service. But Twitch, once you've let that out of the bag, how do you go back again? Because look what happened with Tumblr. Tumblr got really popular with like the no holds barred communities where they were able to do anything, and it really made Tumblr a site. Without that, Tumblr wasn't anything. So once Twitch starts doing this, if you're a Twitch streamer, right, and you want to go on there and just stream a game, right, and you're not doing it nude or in a sexual way, like, and when I say sexual, I mean like sitting with like the stuff strategically placed and everything. Like, I'm old enough to know better. I know what the fuck's going on. They're sitting there with strategically in a different place or whatever, and you're playing the game. If you're not doing that, you are already looking at a massively bigger uphill battle to get viewers on Twitch from now moving forward. Because what's going to happen is people are going to find out, especially people that are okay with showing their body on the internet, are going to find out that all I have to do is sit on stream with a PS controller or an Xbox controller and sit naked and chat with people. I don't even have to play a game, honestly, at this point. And people in the chat are saying it. Yes, there are other sites you can go to for this kind of stuff, but you're missing the point. There's a ease of access with Twitch that you don't have to deal with when you actually go to adult sites that allow this kind of content. And in my state, you actually, at least as far as I know, the adult websites, you have to actually submit age verification to even use them. You couldn't even stream on a site like the adult sites without age verification, but you can on Twitch. That makes it extremely dangerous. Think about this for a second, okay? I want to be very clear on this. I'm not one of those, let's think about the kids things, like, you know, where's this going to lead? It's slippery slope or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about legitimately. Like, what would happen if Twitch, okay, had someone underage for their country, whatever that may be, because I know it's different in different countries, go on Twitch and do streams that are like this, being underage in that country.
Like it's just, let's just say it's let's just say it's a 16-year-old girl who, I know it sounds weird, but has aspirations to do OnlyFans or something like that, and then found this pathway where she can stream on Twitch, and this is allowed.
Because
but she might,
yeah, go ahead.
And she might try and push the lines, like in doing this stuff where, it's not, it's not, explicit material because they're saying it's not explicit.
For example, if you want to do an OF or just for fans or any of those other sites, guess what you have to do before you can even start posting a content. You have to submit age verification. They have to approve that and then say, okay, you can start posting now, because they realize that there's a danger with sexualization underage on social media, and they know that, and they have to abide by those guidelines. And then here Twitch comes along and says, hey, you can stream, you can sign up and start streaming on our site right away. And guess what? We allow nudity.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the people watching. Guys, pay attention to what I'm saying here. I'm talking about the people broadcasting. Because let's be fair here. There was a comment made earlier here with McLeod. Twitch allows streamers to stream video games of violent content, Call of Duty, GTA, etc. So look, I get it. Twitch was never really truly child friendly. It wasn't, right? It's just not. If you're a parent, you need to be aware of what your kids are watching on social media, especially places like Twitch. I know it's tough to make sure that everything is working correctly and make sure that YouTube Kids is turned on, all that. I get it. Twitch was never really a place that I thought was 100% safe for someone that did not want their children to be exposed to violence and all of those other things. Nudity itself isn't inherently like the worst possible thing that could happen on a website. We look at Twitter. Twitter allows people to ass out everywhere. Like it's the Wild West on Twitter. Twitch was never like that. But yes, they had a lot of violent stuff on that site. I'm more worried about the access of like people being allowed to stream that kind of content without any safeguards in place. Because that is a problem. That is a problem.
Yeah.
That's arguably a bigger problem than them just allowing it to be viewed.
Yeah, like I know that thing there with like comparing the video game, like the violent video games, this is like comparing a firecracker to like a nuclear bomb. Like it's so small in comparison when you consider like the risks and stuff involved.
Kai, I know YouTube Kids isn't great. That's what I mean though. As like it's already tough enough as a parent to navigate and make sure your kids aren't doing anything shady. But here we have a situation where it's not just about the content showing up. It's about the fact that you can actually create an account and start doing it. without
that's
any
the
age
key.
verification. That's a fucking problem.
And because they have these like very grey and blurred lines here in regards to like they allow all this stuff and then they have like the stuff you're showing on the screen right now is like, hold on, we were told we're allowed to do this. Now we're getting banned or whatever it is.
Naruto here, Team Airrick member says, can get his wish now. Eric can now expect his first twerk on a Twitch stream. Look, you can still get banned apparently.
Yeah. The thing is that Eric has a very hairy ass. So like,
oh yeah.
If the chaps come out, they might think Bigfoot's escaped from Area 51. So that's the thing we have to be really concerned about.
Okay, so here's the response here. Twitch responded. They go, we've gotten feedback that our new policies around sexual content are unclear, so we're drawing clearer boundaries between what it is and isn't permitted on Twitch. We also recognize that not everyone wants to see certain content, so we're updating our criteria for homepage recommendations. So they're trying to block some of that stuff from the homepage. And here we go. Let's see what it says over here. The Twitch safety policy. And it says, let me make sure it's coming up on the screen. Yeah, it is. Okay. Geez, look at this. Okay, previously prohibited, but now allowed with labels. Content that deliberately highlights breasts, buttocks, or pelvic region, even when fully clothed. Streamers found it difficult to determine what was prohibited and what was allowed, and often evaluating whether or not a stream violated this portion of the policy was subjective. In addition, the former sexually suggestive content policy was out of line with industry standards and resulted in female presenting streamers being disproportionately penalized. So that's why they got rid of that. But I mean, you have to understand that there are laws in the United States and places around the world where you have to be mindful of that stuff. Fictionalized, drawing, animated, sculpted, fully exposed female presenting breasts and or genitals or buttocks regions regardless of gender. There's a thriving artist community on Twitch, and this policy was overtly punitive and did not reflect the impact of the content. However, we just saw that two people one was suspended, one was banned for doing this. Let's see, erotic dances that involve disrobing or disrobing gestures such as strip teases. So they're allowing that now.
Well, so that's good for you.
You can do, yeah. I mean, I'm ready. Let's do it. You can do strip tease dances on Twitch now, apparently. So there's that. Changes to popular dances. Popular dances such as twerking, grinding, or pole dancing are now allowed without a label. Without a label.
Oh,
wow. Previously,
yeah. Like I think what's going to happen here is that someone's going to push it. Because there's always an idiot. There's always one person or a couple of people that are going to push it, and eventually they're just going to go. They're going to have to go cold turkey on it and go none of it. Like, if you want to complain about it, you can't paint your boobs or something on stream, whatever. There's other websites for that.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's going to come down to. Not because of what anyone's doing at the moment, but what someone will do. Because someone's just going to push it too far. Whether it's how you're talking about that person with the mirrors, someone's going to do something stupid with mirrors. Or like a webcam placed in a certain area and there's a second camera. Like you just know some idiot's going to do it.
I don't see a way that this is going to work for what Twitch is as a service.
Yeah.
I just
or
don't
there'll be the other thing is, and this will be the thing that'll make them go, okay, now we got to stop. Do you know what it is, Eric?
Advertisers.
If they're getting Coke ads, Pepsi ads, Doritos ads, and the ads have kids in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the other thing is not just that, but the fact that they're going to have to deal with the app stores because app stores have restrictions on adult content as well.
I remember that was the thing with like on YouTube as well, when people were handling like talking about like terrorism and stuff like that, like and other like very not taboo subjects, but things like that, and like certain companies didn't want to be involved when people were talking about. Or like, misconduct and stuff like that.
Action Pack says Twitch's service might be very different after this. It absolutely will be 100% because what's going to happen now is it's going to be a funnel for adult content and it's going to make it really hard for people that are on that site doing actual gaming, actual podcasts, things that the site was about before to be able to do that. Once you allow this kind of stuff to go on the site, it makes it extremely hard for people not doing it to be able to have a thriving, unless you're already one of the big people on the site. It's just a weird change. It's so fucking weird to me. I don't know how you put the genie back in the bottle. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't know how that's even possible at this point. You're right, though. Advertisers may actually cause them to change. But what happens when you have like a creator that comes on between now and then and starts bringing in millions of dollars to your site? Because have it known that this is going to bring in a lot of money for Twitch. A lot of money, because they get a cut of almost everything that comes through that site now. I don't know. I mean, am I going to get on Twitch and be like, let's twerk it out? I'm going to get up with my thong on and twerk it out. I don't know. I mean, it's allowed now. I could definitely do that. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch, it's kind of a mess, honestly. I don't really know where it's going to go from there. But let's talk about some other video game shit here. And then, Cody, I highlighted your comment about John Barrowman. I don't know what you're talking about specifically. But I want to be very clear here. John Barrowman has been problematic for a really long time. Really, really, really long time. He's done some stuff at conventions that has made him problematic from the jump. And I've known about it, which is why I haven't talked much about John Barrowman. I think he's a fantastic actor, but he's done some pretty shady stuff. I don't know what's happened recently, because this is what Cody shared here. I don't know what's happened recently, but yeah, he's been a little it's been a little rough for him over the years. All right, so I want to share this. It's from a Tim Pool. It's a clip from Tim Pool here. And this is the one that I think is funny. I think you shared this with me over on Twitter, and I had already seen it at that point, but it's 45 seconds. We're going to watch this. If you're a gamer, just listen to the absurdity of this. This is absolutely dumb. Here we go.
Play GTA. Okay. You are running around punching and beating people and shooting people and stealing cars. Yeah. You know, personally, I don't want to play a female character. It's not, I don't know if it really matters, but it's kind of weird in my mind. And you know, you can tell me that I'm wrong or something. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
You are wrong.
Like, this lady is going to run up to a random guy in the street and punch him, and he's going to.
It's a video game. I mean, that's really the only thing you have to say. It's a video game.
I mean, in Call of Duty, you can play as Nicki Minaj, and she can go up behind like an SAS soldier and like kill them. So,
let's listen to the rest of this shit. It's just, this is so fucking. Why do people listen to this dude? I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Gonna go down? No, come on. Yo, if your average woman ran up to your average guy and swung a fist at him, it's not gonna hurt him. I mean, it may hurt a little bit, but it's not gonna like put him down. And then, so my point was like, okay, so you play as this character.
And guess what? People don't run around stealing cars on streets and fighting random people in the streets and shit like that. That's not what people do. It's a fucking video game.
You run up and punch a random guy, and then he just clocks you in the face one time. You go down wasted. You lose all your HP instantly, and then you wake up outside the hospital.
I mean, thoughts, Paigey?
Oh, I know. He looks a bit like you.
I have a beanie. I put my beanie on. I have it right here.
No, do not put the beanie on. Please don't put the beanie on.
Okay.
I know, you're just an idiot.
I don't understand people that aren't part of certain communities having like a massive opinion about it. Like, why are you talking about? Clearly, you're not playing video games. He doesn't play this fucking game. So,
and it's the thing I said to you, and I was like, this is the like same type of person, or the person who would agree with him, and the same type of people who go, ever heard abuse Johnny Depp? It's like, well, hold on, you're just saying that women can't abuse men, so can't physically hurt. So which way is it, person? You know, like they just, as I said, they get caught up in these double standards, but you know, it's just this whole, I don't know, just stupidity. I don't know, he's just an idiot, that dude. Whenever I see a clip from him, I don't see it too often because that doesn't really pop up on my feed and stuff like that too much. But just like stupidity.
Just these guys that don't typically talk about culture stuff, like when it comes to video games and superheroes and stuff. Whenever they chime in, I'm just like, oh, not again. Not another opinion from somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to this stuff. Like you don't
On a
hear me
side
talking about
note-
sports. I don't watch sports, so I don't talk about sports.
Well, except for Hungarian oil wrestling. Oil wrestling. That's the only sport I've ever seen you.
Not in public.
Not
Though.
only
That's only
watch,
in
partake in
DMs.
as
That's
well.
only in DMs.
I don't know. I've seen your other account.
AG,
Are you gonna get?
Peppa
Are you
Pig
getting
game is now on
GTA?
Game Pass. Look, are you getting?
I,
Are you getting?
I don't have
Vegas?
I don't have Xbox, so I
Oh,
won't
okay.
be getting that.
Damn. All right.
Are you gonna be playing GTA 6?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't played GTA 5 in years. Like
I only played it when it came out. Yeah, I didn't play the online stuff.
I know the mod community has kept that game alive and well for a decade now, but I don't know. I might get it. I got other stuff still that I'm still waiting to play. I got my PS5 and I just have a catalog of games I'm trying to get through now when I have time. So I don't know. Maybe I will play it. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. So yeah, I said it for a decade. GTA 5, 2013 is 2023. I said the modders have kept that game alive for a decade. Anyway. All right.
I remember when GTA, what was it? Which one came first? Vice. I think San Andreas came second. I think Vice City came first. I remember I asked my dad to get me San Andreas, and I was like 11 or 12 or something, maybe even younger at the time. And my dad didn't know what the game was. Like the freaking like the game clerk will like rat you out. It's like, oh, well, hold on, this game has explicit content, so your kid can't play it. But my dad, I think, like just didn't give a shit, and he got me it anyway. But
is that why you are? That's why you're the way you are now, because of those.
That's why I rob cars. That's why
That's why you can fight women now, because you played that game and they showed you that women can't fight. So now you can do that. So there we
Jesus God, Eric, you just went incredibly dark, incredibly quickly.
I was following up on the clip from Tim Pool. So all right,
that
so
sounded like just something that you were burying.
It's trailer time, Paige. We're gonna watch some trailers, okay? We're gonna watch some trailers. We're gonna start out with one that I know you've really been anticipating, which is What If Season 2. This is the trailer for that. I want to know your thoughts on this, because I don't think you watched all of What If Season 1.
Yeah,
so...
well, there's I don't know if it's going to be in the trailer. It might be. I'm not too sure if it's been hinted at, but I am curious if there's the episode of what if Season 1 wasn't shit. That's what I'm hoping there's an episode of in this Season 2 trailer.
Season 1 was great. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
There was like one good episode, Eric, or two good episodes, and the rest was ass.
No. The rest of it was 10 out of 10.
Okay, Marvel's still activated.
Here goes the trailer. I'm hoping it's going to be epic. I've watched a little bit of it, but I haven't watched the whole thing. So here we go.
Let me tell you one of my favorite Yuletide stories.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of this art style in general? What do you think of it? Like the almost.
I don't mind it. I wish they did different animation for every episode.
That's what people have said.
But that would be harder. That would be harder. I think like if you, or there were some live action ones as well. Like if you were using like, say, Jean Favreau and stuff, might be a bit easier to get him. Like it's not as expensive, and maybe someone like, or Agent Coulson or something like that. Like actors that are a bit cheaper to use. I wouldn't mind if some of them were in live action. It wouldn't surprise me if that was maybe the intention potentially to have it there. But then this was like a COVID series that they did during COVID and everything like that. So,
well, originally I thought the plan was to do like some live and some animated, and they just went with all animated at a certain point.
I wouldn't mind if they did some sort of, but then again, maybe that's something that they might do in like live action in the movies or something like that. Okay. But I was sort of hoping it'd be like whatever that, even though I haven't watched that Star Wars show they did where it's got the different anime and different animation styles. They could have done that here, but
I actually love that Star Wars show, Visions. That's a really good, it's really good actually. So let's see what we got going.
It's all around. Chin chin.
Wow. I mean, that was pretty cool.
That's some solid holiday wordplay.
You haven't seen some of these movies, though, so you're probably like, you haven't even seen Shang-Chi, so.
There are are infinite stories to be told across the multiverse.
So wait, who is this? Where is she at? This character right here. Hold on.
Looks like it's meant to be like Native American or something like that.
Yeah, but I think it's a character being introduced. Ahori. Yeah, so it's actually a character that's being introduced on the series. So she's never been in any Marvel properties before. So this is her introduction. So okay, interesting.
Well, you got the color of the suit, right? I'm Santa Claus, baby.
Justin Hammer and the Hulkbuster. That's a little over a week away. I don't know, it's pretty good to me, but again, I've watched a lot of these movies, so I know what these are a play on. What are your thoughts on the trailer?
I mean, it's just a mishmash, so it's hard to really get any idea of exactly. Just give me just a piece of like a little taste of. So I mean, I might watch it. I'm not too sure.
Well, here's the way they're doing it. I believe they're releasing one episode a day after it comes out. So like the day it comes out, you'll get an episode that day, the next day, the next day, the next day until the whole season is done. So they're doing an episode a day. So it may be possible, since they're doing it that way, that I might do like a micro review of each episode on the days they come out. So that might be fun. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's good. You didn't like the first season, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, so there's also a Blade game. A trailer came out for that. I haven't seen the whole trailer for that either. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter and stuff. It's not really that much. It's more of an announcement thing rather than actual. Well, yeah, they call it an announcement trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna watch this to see. I just want to see what the graphics look like.
I know this is Xbox exclusive.
Yeah. Does that mean it's not going to be on PC either? It's just the Xbox?
I'm not too sure. It probably would be on PC, I guess.
Votre attention, le soleil est sur le point de se coucher. Tous les citoyens sont priés de se mettre à la...
You know what I think is funny? They probably wanted this game to coincide with the release of the movie or somewhere around the same time.
Yeah. Similar with that Guardians of the Galaxy game where it came out like what?
En intérieur jusqu'à nous. Attention, the sun is currently setting. All citizens are required to shelter indoors.
Turn that shit up.
Wait, is this the actual graphics for the game?
I don't think so. I think it's like, I guess it'd be somewhat similar, but it's obviously.
I was gonna say this looks really cool because it's almost like animation. So I'm like, maybe this is the way the game is gonna look. I kind of wished it would.
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Nice.
I am so excited for this. This is going to be so good. I hope it's on PC as well because I don't have an Xbox. So I really want to play it, but I'm not going to buy an Xbox just for this game, unfortunately. What about you? Wait, you don't have an Xbox, do you, or do you have an Xbox?
Nah. But you never know. You know, this game might get delayed. Might not come out till 2028. So who knows? But yeah, I mean, it looks decent based off like the general idea of it sounds pretty cool, especially like using like a blade in one hand, a gun in the other, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be pretty fun. So, all right, there's a trailer for a movie. Somebody wanted me to watch this trailer. It's called Civil War. Have you seen the trailer yet? It's from H24.
No, I heard about it, but I didn't watch about it.
Okay,
I didn't
I've heard the
watch it
trailer
once,
is
so.
really cringe, so we'll watch it. I don't really know what it's about. I mean, it's called Civil War, so I'm assuming that it's about the Civil War, I guess. But I don't know. Let's see. It's A24. So, all right, here we go.
19 states have seceded.
Oh, wait. So it's not about the original Civil War. Apparently, it's about a modern Civil War. Got it.
United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warning to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The future president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
The Florida Alliance. All right. I can see what the angle already, right? I mean, because Florida is kind of a shithole, and they're trying to make it seem like Florida got other states to join them somehow. Florida Alliance, what a name.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
I guess aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America.
We just try to stay out with what we see on the news. Seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California.
Wait, hold on. California and Texas are bound together? How the fuck would that even happen? They're completely opposite in terms of the way that the states are ran and the people that vote in those states.
Maybe the movie explains it, Eric.
I don't wonder, like, that's a little weird. Okay.
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens? We're moving to D.C. today.
You need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the cap.
So I want to say something that might be a little bit controversial, but why not? We're already at this point. Whoever has control of the military, if they decide to strike places in the United States, if they ever did that, they win. That's it. Because there are so many military bases in this country to mobilize and have the military on your side. Whichever side controls the military would win. Easy. I don't care how many guns somebody owns or whatever, they would win. So we would have to assume, like Omega says, that they would have to be using like military in other states, but would that even be the case? Would those places jump ship and go, we're just going to listen to whoever local politicians tell us to do or whatever? It's really weird. This is a really weird fucking movie. All right.
Capital. Every instinct in me says this is death.
Flooded.
Every time I survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, is this a movie? Is there an actual like message to the movie, or is it just like whatever online fears people have had, we're turning it into?
Well, the one thing I'm curious about is like, what's the purpose? Like, what's the Civil War about? Like, what's the Western for? Are they just? Is it some sort of political ideal that the rest of America is?
It said the Florida Alliance, so I assumed Florida was going to be aligned with like the southern states, including Texas. But then Texas and California have their own thing going on. So
well, it might just be like the Florida Alliance just might be literally like the Florida group of that maybe like executing a stronghold or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's try and finish this up.
Oh my god!
Get in the car! Get in the car!
Wait, I figured it out. You know how you're saying like, is it about like border hopping? Because
I
a lot of
mean,
people
there-
would border hop between
okay, so-
in California and Texas.
Yeah, I mean, yes, there would be some of that involved in it, but I still don't see how that would make California.
And then that would make sense about the
Florida
Florida
border.
stronghold as well, because it's down there as well.
No, probably, but I'm trying to figure out how they're going to like rewire it so that California and Texas would side together, because I don't see that ever happening. People in Texas hate California and vice versa. I mean, I see arguments every single day about those two places, and so I don't know. That's out of everything in this movie. That's the one thing where I'm like, that's hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's important to remember it's Alex Garland who's doing this, so he makes like weird, like unorthodox movies.
Yeah.
And still like he's writing and directing it. So
We're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
Okay, so my thoughts on this is it doesn't look like my kind of movie anyway. It's not something that I would go and see probably. But I typically avoid movies that reflect whatever's going on right now. Like when COVID was happening, right? I didn't watch shows or movies related to pandemics because I didn't want to, like, I don't want to watch something based on like issues that we're having at the moment. Now, I'm not talking about the actual act of a civil war, but it seems like all of the conflict in the movie is centered around people arguing right now. So I don't know if the movie is supposed to be some sort of like heed this warning, this is where we're heading kind of movie, or if it's just trying to reflect online culture, the divisiveness of online culture wars. You know what I mean? Because you not being from the United States, I don't know, is this something they would even care about in Australia? Probably not, I would guess.
probably no, not really. Like, but then again, America just lives off politics. Like, people can't go a day without speaking about it. I can't remember the last time I talked about
I
anything
get so
Australian.
tired of talking about it. Like, people always ask why, you know, I have two channels split up, because I don't want to always talk about that stuff. I don't want it to. It's a reality that we have to face, but it's also something that encompasses people's personalities. I have entire family members where their whole personality is political. I cannot sit down and have a conversation with them that does not involve politics or this politician, this person on Fox News, this person on CNN, this person on MSNBC. Like, that's all it is. And it gets so frustrating because sometimes I just want to have a conversation about something else. And I feel like the climate we're in now is everything revolves around that shit. And so I am like, so this movie is a movie that I would avoid simply because I don't want to even engage in that kind of stuff. It's a necessity. Look, this is how I handle politics for me, right? I try to stay aware of what's going on, obviously, the bigger stuff. I keep track of local stuff. And when I'm going to vote on someone, I go online the week of elections. I research that person's history, their policies, all that stuff. I see where they are the week that I'm going to vote on them. And that's how I make up my mind. Outside of that, I don't really want to sit and watch. I have family members that watch news channels 24 hours. You know, I don't know if you have 24-hour news in Australia, but, you know, we have the 24-hour US news here, where it's just all night long. It's just news. The cycle never ends. It's just really like, I'm so over it. I'm over all of that shit. So that movie's not for me, is what I'm saying. It's not a movie that I'm going to be going to see. I would rather sit through like shitty Morbius movies 5 times and go see something like that. That's pretty big. Speaking of shitty movies, some Rebel Moon reactions are in. You want to take a look at them? All right, so Rebel Moon comes out this month. I'll be honest, we watched the trailer for it. I was pretty impressed with the trailer. I thought it looked pretty fun. It looked like a good, almost like pseudo Star Wars movie. I think we talked about this on Twitch before Twitch allowed nudity. We talked about how the swords looked like lightsabers, all this other stuff. Are you excited about this movie? Are you looking forward to this film or no? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
No, not really. But then, like, I'm not really a massive sci-fi guy or anything like that. So the appeal, and I'm not the biggest Zack Snyder fan either. So the appeal there is like, no, and I don't really like any of the none of the cast. Like Sophia Boutella, I've seen like her in like 2
Ray
movies.
Fisher's
and
in it.
if anything, that makes me not want to watch it. Like that's just like nothing really. Like no one in the movie, like it doesn't really have anyone that's like you'd go, oh, I have to watch that movie because they're in it.
Did you hear that Ray Fisher might be Green Lantern in the DC? Did you hear that rumor? I know you saw.
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure him and James Gunn really had a nice conversation.
Yeah,
and they brought up those tweets and stuff. Oh, they were funny.
All right, so let's look at some of these.
But that's the reason. Like my opinion on this movie doesn't matter because I didn't really care about it to begin with.
Right.
So like in regards to if I sit down and watch it or not, probably what I think doesn't even matter. But I was always curious to see what people that I don't want to say would suck up to it, but like I guess was somewhat looking forward to it would think of it. Because my biggest thing is that like I think Snyder is horrible with story. So when you're starting off this new sci-fi world that apparently is like, going to build out from there, like what's it going to be like? Will he achieve that? And from everything I've seen, I don't know if this is going to reflect it. It's like, yeah, the story is probably the worst part about it.
I mean, to be fair, they're slightly mixed to negative in my opinion. I feel like the people that are
I only seen a couple. Online. I hadn't seen like a decent.
Here we go. This is next best pictures. Matt Naglia says Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, should have aligned with my predilection for epic storytelling, but left me feeling detached. Zack Snyder's clunky execution makes even the most basic drama feel tedious. Derivative sci-fi with unimpressive slow-mo action and dull characters. So I want to point out that Zack Snyder is known for slow motion. That's one of his. It's one of the things he does. Slow-mo. Does any of that criticism surprise you? Are you shocked by hearing any of that?
Not really. That sort of sounds like what you'd expect, I guess. So that probably. Then again, that seems like it mainly goes for like that just goes all negative, really, for the most part. So I don't know what he actually liked.
So the derivative part does make sense because this was supposed to be a Star Wars movie initially. So I can understand why it would feel slightly derivative because it is going to, at least on the surface, feel a lot like a Star Wars movie, if I had to guess. Anyway, go on here. It says, Cinespress Fico Cangiano, got it right. It says Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder's fun-loving tribute to the likes of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Seven Samurai, Gladiator. Looks and sounds, plays great, and even though it takes some time to take off, it would definitely have you on board for part 2. Cool setup and world building, lots of potential. So that person actually liked the movie. But if you look at it right there, he says Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder's tribute to Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Seven Samurai, Gladiator. And one of the criticisms the previous person had was it felt derivative. So that's probably why, because it does take a lot of elements from those things. And he says dull characters, clunky execution. That speaks here. He goes, it takes some time to take off. So I feel like those are two reviews cut from the same cloth. They're just opposite. They're saying it in different ways. The top guy is saying that he didn't like those things because they bothered him, and the second person here says that those things were there, but it didn't bother them. So two opposing viewpoints there. Quite interesting. Bro Bibles, bro Bible.
Welcome to the Bro Bible.
Italiano. All right. Rebel Moon is the first movie I've walked out of in a long, long time. A stunning dearth of drama, aggressive over-direction, and bad acting throughout. An absolute buffet for Zack Snyder haters. Are we the haters? Is that what I mean? Is that what we're
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it. Like I don't know if I'll watch it. Because the thing is that like I have a feeling it might be another Army of the Dead.
What did you think of that?
That movie was I reckon that's arguably Zack Snyder's worst movie.
Okay.
No, sorry, Sucker Punch is awful. Sorry, Sucker Punch sucks. So second worst movie.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if this falls because Army of the Dead was awful, man. I remember saying before I watched that movie, that was a legitimate movie I was looking forward to watching because I love Dawn of the Dead. I think Dawn of the Dead is Zack Snyder's best movie.
Okay.
So I was like, surely he nails it again with another zombie movie. And that movie was shite, like shit on a shit biscuit. So I'm wondering if Rebel Moon falls into the same thing. I might not even watch it. It depends if I really have nothing else to watch.
Right. Well, here we go. Screen Rant, your favorite site. Joe Deckelmeyer says, I love the action Rebel Moon and its brilliant international cast. Okay. But I wish we spent more time with the Rebel recruits. Zack Snyder's director's cut is the version. Why do we have to? No. You should never go into a movie and go, I didn't like that one, so I want the director cut. This is the director's cut.
Well, apparently there is
movie.
Well, there is a director's cut, but apparently it's just an R-rated cut. So I don't know how much extra is in it. So it's an R-rated version and a PG version.
Cut of a movie that you had complete creative control over.
No, well, it was like he got the control, but Netflix. I think the deal they made was that they wanted a PG-13 version, which is this one, but he wanted to do an R-rated version as well. So they went, we're going to do both.
I'm so utterly exhausted.
But that's the thing, action-packed. The movie he was most recently a cinematographer on was Army of the Dead, and that's his worst-looking movie. I'm actually confused whether Snyder's actually a good cinematographer or he just hires a good cinematographer. Because here's the thing with like you know how when people say like Zack Snyder's a visionary.
Yeah.
What do you think he's a visionary for? Because a visionary means like you're sort of like paving the way for future things.
True.
So I'm wondering, what is he a visionary for?
His fanboys, obviously. I mean, that's
but legitimately, like without a meme chucked in there, like I sat there thinking when like I saw some of the stuff on there because I think I saw one review, it might be in here. I'm not too sure, but I saw it on Twitter and it was like Zack Snyder continues to be a visionary, and I was like, okay, it's fair enough saying that, but it's like, do people know what that means? Because I was sitting there going like, what is it? And this isn't any Zack Snyder hate. I think as a guy, he seems nice. He seems like a fun dude to be around. But I feel like it's just this word that people attach to him, and I'm like, what is he a visionary for? Like and it wasn't me like trying to dismiss it. I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, right. Do you know? Do you know the answer? Because I don't know the answer.
I don't have an answer for it. No, I don't have an answer for you. I will say this: I'm tired of people that love these directors going in, seeing whatever it is that comes out, and then going, that wasn't the perfect movie. I'm just going to wait for the director's cut. Why do you view it that way? You never ever give, like a lot of people that say that don't give that same grace to other directors. Like you wouldn't go to the Marvels and be like, I didn't like that, but you know what? We may get a director's cut. That doesn't mean that what you saw was good. That means that you need to be honest and say, I didn't like this. Because you don't know if you're going to get a director's cut. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. But you can't, that's not a fair way to grade movies. It makes you look like a shill when you do stuff like that. Anyway.
Shill it out, yeah.
Let's move on here. Comicbook.com's Brandon Davis, your buddy, Brandon Davis.
Your mate, not my mate.
I wanted to love Rebel Moon, and parts of it I did. Okay, here comes the cope. Here it goes. It spends so much time assembling the team, so getting to know what's a part one. It's a two-part thing. I spend so much time assembling the team, so getting to know the characters more in the extended cut.
But it's not an extended cut, is it? Isn't it it's just an R-rated cut? Because I think people don't know about this thing, and I think Snyder said it multiple times, both in the lead up to this movie and as it was announced, is that this movie was originally just a long 4-hour, like I guess like his Justice League thing, and they just split it in two. They just split the script in two.
I don't understand how you can watch a movie and then be like, I just want the longer version. Why is it like, is Zack Snyder, is that his thing now? He makes 2 movies every time. You get the first one, and then if that one isn't good, we get the second one. So he can just fix all the mistakes from his first movie?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know why there'd be an extended cut unless it's just literally like a couple of extra deleted scenes that.
Look, we may get one. We might, but I don't think after you review the initial movie, the next thing that comes out of your mouth should not be, we'll just wait for the director's cut. No, we're not doing that dumb shit. It's big on style, but the ambitious story could have been better delivered. So you didn't like the movie. End of discussion. Like, you don't need to talk about director's cut, extended cut. And then it goes on to say that he clarified it. I don't mean this is some dickish, like, I love that it ended type clarify. I really enjoyed the last 30 to 40 minutes more than the rest. How long is the movie supposed to be? You know?
I'm not too sure. Like, I assume it's 2.5 hours, probably 2.5 hours, something like that.
Rebel Moon runtime. It's 2 hours and 14 minutes long.
Okay, yeah. So smack bang in the middle.
So, Nerds of Colors, Laura Shirikul says, Rebel Moon is so much fun. The fight scenes and action are fantastic. Sophia Boutella is a star. She's so amazing in this. I'm so glad Zack Snyder created his own world. I mean, that's just a simple.
That's like saying nothing, really. That's like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something you see on the box for a Blu-ray or something like that. I mean,
yeah.
No offense. Screen Rant's Caitlin Terrell says, Rebel Moon is a visually stunning sci-fi adventure. The cast is phenomenal with epic action. Zack Snyder gets to fully explore a new world all his own. Can't wait for part 2. That's another one similar to this one. That doesn't, I mean, it doesn't say much or whatever.
The extended version is another hour. It's over 3 hours.
Oh my God. You have to be fucking kidding me. Seriously?
I reckon it just has extended fight scenes, probably. I doubt it have anything that much importance. It have to be like just extended fight scenes and stuff like that, and or battle, like, you know, like whether it's CGI or like, you know, fighting with weapons and stuff like that. I'd assume it.
I just feel like you need to judge it on what it is. We need to not go, well, I need the director's cut. I need the longer.
Well, let's be honest. Like 95% of people that are going to watch something called Rebel Moon are going to watch this one that's coming out. What is it? A week or two from now? I guess it must be a week or two if this stuff is coming out now. But yeah, I mean, as I said, like, my opinion doesn't really matter too much because I really wasn't looking forward to this anyway, and I didn't even know if I'm going to watch it. Like, you'll watch it. I don't know if I will. Like, it depends what I'm doing.
I watch everything pretty much, so yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah,
but
like you'd watch a bug eating a something. Especially if it had Marvel Studios presents.
Well, speaking of Marvel, Agatha title is changing again for the 4th time, I think.
Oh my God.
Okay,
What's
so
it
here we
called?
go.
Agatha, these nuts.
So it was originally titled Agatha House of Harkness, which I didn't have an issue with. I thought it was fine. But then Agatha Coven of Chaos sounded better. It was pretty much just a reworking of that original title. And then it became Agatha Darkhold Diaries. But now,
oh my God,
it's going to be called Agatha All Along is going to be the new title.
Are they just constantly changing it so it just stays in the news?
Look, I was happy with Coven of Chaos. It could have stayed Coven of Chaos. I would have been.
Couldn't you just call it Agatha?
Probably. I mean, that's essentially
it's like it's a sequel. It's not a sequel.
I mean, Agatha All Along is essentially Agatha, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this the other day. Do you think? I just want to know your honest opinion about this. Do you think anybody cares about an Agatha show?
I don't. I liked WandaVision as well, but I don't understand why they're making this show.
Do you think, though, that people are going to tune in and watch this?
I think people will tune in, but I think it'll be like on the level of like a mid to lower tier show. But I think it's probably not a high budget thing. It's probably, you know, it probably didn't cost a ridiculous amount to make. So they'll probably get what they expect, I think, in regards to viewership. It also depends, like, what it is. Like, is it very self-contained? Is it meant to lead into anything? Like,
we really don't know right now. I mean, there's been some set photos that came out and stuff, but that doesn't really tell us much of anything. So there's that. I don't know. I feel like I'm excited for Agatha, but the name change is a bit much. 100%. All right, so we have a 2-minute and 30-second Aquaman final trailer. Are you going to see Aquaman? That's the question, Paige. Are you?
Well, when does it come out over there? It's like
it comes out in a week. We're seeing it. We're going to see
it. It doesn't come out here for like a week and a half. We get it on Boxing Day.
Okay.
Over here. Probably, but I might wait until like the 28th or something. I don't like going on Boxing Day. It's too busy.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of criticism about this movie. A lot of people say they don't care because it doesn't lead in anything. I hate that that's the way people view movies now. Like,
it should just be. I mean, the first one didn't lead into anything, and people liked it. Well, I liked it. I thought it was very good. So I know. The thing
I don't
is that the
think
movie
it has
itself
to
and that
lead
they
into anything. Like I don't feel like
Yeah.
that should be the like. It doesn't lead into anything, so I'm not going to go see it. That seems like a really dumb reason to not go
yeah,
see
you
it.
should just be basing it off. Does this look good? Will I have a good
Right.
time watching this? Is it worth my $15?
Boxing Day is
$4
the
for popcorn.
day after Christmas, right? Isn't that Boxing Day?
Do you not call it Boxing Day over there? What do you call it?
No,
Christmas
we don't
leftovers
have-
or something?
We don't have any name for it at all.
What?
See,
What is it
well,
just called the 26th of December?
Yeah. So people like, yeah.
Surely not. I thought it.
No, I
it's public
swear.
holiday here.
No. In Canada, they have Boxing Day. We don't have it here though. So
God, typical Americans. Guns, but no boxing.
we do have a movie called Civil War though. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
doesn't get more American than that, I guess. Anyway, so we're gonna watch this trailer because it's pretty much the last one we're gonna get. There's a lot of featurettes, but we're not gonna watch the featurettes because there's just like 4 or 5 of them. But here we go, final
What date-
trailer.
What date is Kwanzaa on? Is Kwanzaa on the 26th?
I don't know. I don't keep up with a bunch of holidays. I don't even really keep up with Christmas. If people didn't tell me it was Christmas, I wouldn't know.
Do you do
I'm not a
Hanukkah,
holiday-
Eric?
We it's so funny you mentioned that. Today we were just talking about it. And Hanukkah ended, and like we didn't even put anything out for it or anything like that. Like it's over now. So
What are you meant to do for Hanukkah? I know it's like, isn't it like a present a day or something, or a gift a day?
but it's not the same thing. Like people think of it like Christmas.
Like when you're a
every-
kid or something.
Yeah, it is. But when you're an adult, it's not like that. You basically light your menorah, and there's some services for it. But that's it. Like it's as far as I know, because like I said, I just recently started learning about Jewish tradition when it comes to holidays, and as far as I know, that's pretty much what it is. And there's probably a lot more to it, and some Jewish person is going to read me for it, and that's fine. But yeah,
Cancel
I'll
Eric.
get canceled
Misinterpretation.
probably. But
Did you play
but yeah,
with a dreidel?
Hanukkah's done. So we have dreidels. We actually have a dragon dreidel here. It's like a
Dragon dreidel.
Yeah.
Breathe fire or something.
No. It's like a dragon sculpture with a dreidel in the center of it. It's really cool. I'll have to bring it and show it to you at some point.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so it's over now. We had a Hanukkah floor mat that we had out, but then we didn't have it.
What with like the Star of David or something on it?
No, it had dreidels on it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna watch this trailer. Let's see if this makes anybody else excited for Aquaman. So
Wait, we pause it quickly, because like in Australia it's pretty much just Christmas and that's it. Like that's all you really. So with Kwanzaa, how is that celebrated? Is that similar?
You were asking the wrong. I have no idea. I mean,
I thought you might know someone because like in America and stuff like that.
I mean, there's a lot of like we have so many different people in America. That's why I just say happy holidays to everything, because I don't know the details of everybody's holidays. So I just know the 2 that I have had around me pretty much my entire life. But other than that, so no, I don't know. I have no idea. If somebody in the chat knows, they can explain it. Pat says Kwanzaa starts the day after Christmas. That's a week long. So it's different virtue trait celebrating each year. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty cool. That's actually sounds really interesting. I have to look that up. Now you've got me curious because I don't really know. All right, here we go. Let's do the trailer.
Our world is changing. The dark cloud has descended upon the Undersea Kingdom. I feel the tide shifting. I'm supposed to be the king.
Oh, he feels the tide shifting. Did you get the pun?
Is that like laundry detergent related, or is that shit? I can feel it shifting in the car boot. It's exploded. It's leaking.
God. No, that sounds gross.
Bring the land and the sea together.
Shit, Billy ain't the tide pump.
I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear. I'm gonna murder his family and burn his kingdom to ash.
I will say this. Let me see if the setting's right. I'm gonna put it 1080p. It looks much better. Like it seems like they polished off the visual effects. Like the first trailer we saw, it didn't look quite as polished as this. This looks much better. Like the water effects and everything look
Must
better.
be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
I think I know someone who might be able to help us. You're not gonna like it.
Fool.
You look rough. Good job, little brother. High five.
Do not call me brother. I cannot believe you let this happen. Perhaps you should leave and let someone who knows what they're doing be king.
I cannot wait to throw your ass back in prison when this is all over.
We need to find Manta.
So what do you think about the idea of this being like a buddy cop comedy? Like, what do you think about that?
I think it depends about the tone around it. Like, if this is whole thing with the kid and stuff and people die and stuff and then they're joking the next scene, like...
That's kind of how I'm feeling
that.
watching the trailer. I feel like it's serious, but there's also like random
quips and stuff like that,
humor in it.
Yeah, but that's like, I don't know, that might just be some weird advertising stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's different now. He's stronger than before.
I know I asked this before, but I don't remember the Black Trident from the comics. Is that something just for the movie, or is that?
I think it's. I don't know. I didn't know about it. Maybe it's a trident from the comics, and maybe they've given it something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I'll be honest. I don't know a ton about Aquaman, but
I don't know. This gives me Lord of the Rings vibes.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. It almost looks like Blackest Night with the Green Lantern colors and all the.
Yeah.
All we need is Jon Stewart to show up from Zack Snyder's Justice
Do you mean
League.
Ray Fisher as the new?
No, the other guy, whatever his name was. It was supposed to.
Oh yeah, fucking random dude who filmed on a driveway.
It's the Black Trident.
Oh, I almost said the Black Lantern.
There were 7 kingdoms.
Wait a minute, there you go, Paigey. It is. This is Darkest Night. They're just using the Black Trident instead of the rings, and Black Manta is the villain. So there we go.
The Trident was a curse upon them all.
I'm gonna go pick a fight.
Fine. Flex your muscles.
I don't know what lies ahead, but we can't leave our children in a world without.
It looks like there's going to be some desert battle, and we all know how that's going to go for Aquaman.
Well, I think it's meant to get. They're going across all the different kingdoms, so. And like they'd sort of been. They went to the desert last time, where like there had been a kingdom previously. So, I'm not surprised we're going there again. Like, that's the thing I'm sort of curious about is going to these different kingdoms. That's something that was said, you know, when they were making it. As I said, like when we were talking about it before, like the thing it's just the balancing of the tone. Like, what are they going for in regards to the actual story and the events that happen? Potentially, like, you know, his dad dies, which I think is probably going to happen.
Right.
Like in the next scene, they like laughing, like.
Yeah, let's. I have to say, I am shocked at how much more polished the special effects are. Like the VFX looks so much better in this trailer than that very first one we got.
Yeah.
Is there any more? Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. So here's my thoughts on this. I like that trailer. I actually think that trailer is much better than the first trailer. Much better than that first trailer. I don't think this movie could end up being like a 9 out of 10, and I still think it's going to do bad at the box office, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, it's not tracking that well in China either.
And in China, I had it pulled up, but I seem to have closed the window. They had a different trailer that actually had like new footage in it that's not in this trailer. And in China, they're also like all of the trains have tons of Aquaman logos and stuff on it. Because remember, this movie, that $1 billion mark, they needed China to hit that billion. That was part of the reason why the movie made $1 billion was because of China in the first movie. So that without that kind of support in that market, this movie is going to struggle a lot financially. I still think though the movie might actually be a really good movie, which is all I care about. But I think at the end of the day, if this movie made $10, it doesn't matter because they're done. They're getting this movie out there and they're going to walk away from it. They would be ecstatic if this movie does well, especially after the year they've had. I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be good. You said that you're not going to see this. Is that what you said? Or
no, I'm going to say, I just won't say it on the opening day. So when you apply it with the fact that you're getting it like on the 21st or something like that, I probably won't say it until like a week after you say it.
Right. I will probably go live that night to talk about the movie. So if you don't care about spoilers, you can stop in or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see about it. I don't know. In the chat, let us know if you're excited or not excited about the Aquaman movie. Okay, couple small things here before we wrap it up. This is something that you might find interesting, Paigey. And Idaho opened its first In-N-Out drive-through when the wait was 8 hours.
Do you want my hot take? I think In-N-Out is so overrated. It's not even funny.
You think so?
I've had it like what 3 or 4 times when I've been over there, and I'm like, it's fine. You know what the best thing about it? It's a good deal. The amount of food you get for the price is good.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it, in my opinion.
Are you saying you wouldn't wait 8 hours to go get food from In-N-Out?
No, like these people that are doing it like obviously I guess they've never left Idaho, and yeah, like In-N-Out's fine, but like this is ridiculous. And like when people say it's the best burger they've had, like no, like you're clueless. Like it's better than McDonald's, like obviously, but like I mean like. What was like Fuddruckers? I think I enjoyed.
I love Fuddruckers. That is my favorite burger, honestly. Fuddruckers.
Yeah,
so.
And Fuddruckers is good because you get the burger and then you can go to the little bar and you can put all the different stuff on that you want and stuff like that.
South Texas Shark says, "What a burger all the way."
I've never had Whataburger. I've heard it's good though, but is that like only in Texas, or at least it started in Texas?
It's not anywhere near me, so I'm guessing yeah.
Yeah, I heard Whataburger is good, but it's like. It's not like nationwide.
You have to understand that In-N-Out is meant to be fast. That's why it's not great. It's just you go in and quickly get your food and you're out. Like it's about not having to wait a long time for your food. Essentially,
yeah. In-N-Out's fine, but like these people here aren't getting In-N-Out. They're wasting fuel. Their batteries are going dead.
8 hours.
God, they better.
8 hours, bro. Just wait a week.
Yeah,
like why do you have to go the first day?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I bet you half of those cars, people pissed in bottles because they were lining up for too long. Like, no way. Someone better run to the toilet before they got in there.
That's a bad visual. That's a bad visual. All right, one more thing I'm going to share. This is a clip from, I guess, an influencer. I'm not familiar with him, but he likes another food-related clip. Obviously, with Paigey here. This guy doesn't chew his food. He just swallows. I bet his stomach is fucked up. You've seen
John my flex? I've known about him since he was on like 2,000 followers.
Have you? Okay. So let's watch what he does here. This is fucking wild.
But come on now. Yeah, let's rate it out of 10. Let's enjoy it. Apparently I don't chew enough, but I don't need to chew. Watch. Chicken as well, yeah. Chicken. No chew needed. You don't need to chew your food. You don't.
Crazy.
Come on now.
You do.
Wait, no. Type in Bevo potato. Have you seen the one where he eats a potato?
No. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay, no. Go onto Twitter search and type in BEAVO space potato.
All right. It's just a bunch of memes.
Any videos?
No.
Hold on.
It's all memes. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. It's not coming up for me.
Oh, okay. No, it doesn't. It's not that.
It says here Bevo Chinese buffet dinner. I don't know if that's one.
No, there's a bit where he has a roast potato. He takes one bite and swallows it. So it's like a quarter of a potato, like a big potato.
Yeah.
And he takes one bite and swallows it. Most people would sit there and chew like at least 8 to 10 times, and they're hot as well.
Well, look, here's the deal. I don't want to get too scientific here, but I have to point out that, what, you're not seeing it? Was it not being shown? Some people were seeing it. I don't know. Maybe some people weren't able to see it. I have no clue. Chewing helps digest your food. So if you want to fuck your stomach up, go around just swallowing stuff and sit on the toilet for 20 hours. Like, be my guest, I guess.
Hold on. I'm going to try and...
Are you trying to find that video?
I found it. I can save the video and I can send it to you on Twitter DMs and you can watch it. Because I'm annoyed that it's not on.
Is it just a short clip?
Yeah, it's just him like picking up a potato and Not
this is gonna
fucking
make me.
eating it.
It's gonna gross me out, I guess.
Hold on. Why is this?
Not chewing is dangerous. It's just. I mean, this person has done it on the internet to get attention, and look, we're talking about it. So, oh, they get rid of the videos that Paigey wants to show. Yeah.
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Okay. Let's see. All right, hold on.
Look at his face when he swallows it. You can tell it hurt going down.
But he did it anyway, right? He's like, oh, why can I not open this up in another window?
I think you just have to like full screen it, like do like
Yeah,
the-
but hold on.
Oh, I could send the TikTok link to you. That's probably
No,
the
it's
best thing
okay.
to-
It's okay. I got it. All right, here we go. Yeah, I was trying to find the easiest way to do it. All right, here we go. Let's share screen. So full screen it. Whoops, it won't let me full screen. See, it won't let me full screen it. What the actual fuck? Yeah, it's not working. For whatever reason. I don't know. Send me the TikTok link. Are you still there?
Oh shit! I sent you just the link just then.
Okay.
I muted my mic because I had to cough. Are you going to be listening to Kanye West's new album later on? Eric's Reloaded.
Oh my god. It's making me verify I'm a person before to let me watch the video. Jesus, why is everything so fucking difficult? All right, here we go. I guess because I'm not logged in to TikTok on my desktop. All right. Because it's a crime against humanity, probably. All right, so here we go. So this is him. He said it looks like it hurts because he's swallowing a whole potato or something. So let's hold on. All right, here we go. This is only 9 seconds, but I have to see this. I have to see this.
Let's get right into that. Look at that.
I don't think you realize like how much that would hurt. That would hurt so much. I'm like, yeah, it must be like some weird thing. Maybe when he grew up or something like that, he just didn't chew his food. Like there's people that.
I mean, no offense,
apparently
but as big as his teeth are, he could chew anything. I mean, he's got.
Well, apparently, I think they're fake. I think they're fake. They look like.
are
like,
they?
They look fake, like fake teeth. Like I don't know if he had like.
Wait, like he
veneers
got
and they
teeth made for him or something. And went to the
like it was out too big.
He might have done that
like,
online shit where you like press your teeth into putty and then you send it back in or something.
Oh god. Trust me, Serenity. You need to chew that thing like 6 times. Like that's a crispy roast potato. You could tell when that went down. He was like, "Oh god, yeah, man, that needed a few more chews." There's another clip. I probably wouldn't be able to find it, but he has a bit of bacon, but it's like British bacon, like the bacon we have in Australia, where it's got all like the rind on it and stuff. You can't just swallow that; you will choke. The fat will like cling to your throat. And he like second guesses it when it's going down. He's like, "Oh my god, I might have just almost died." Then.
He looks like the dude on Men in Black whose head kept growing back. Oh my
god. I watched all 3 Men in Black movies over the past like week and a half. Those are good movies. I think the third one's pretty decent as well, but the first 2 are like, nod your head.
Probably. All right, so here's the deal. If you want to watch this in its entirety, you have to do it tonight, which means you have to when I end this. You have to go back to the beginning and start watching it from the beginning because YouTube will 100% have me delete the trailers. So if you want to watch the trailers with us, you have to watch them now before YouTube makes me take them out. Just so you know.
By the way, Eric.
Yeah.
What's your top 3 Christmas movies?
Elf, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and the one and the I cannot think of it. Jingle All the Way. They're the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay. Jingle All the Way. Okay, I don't hear that drop too often. Like people mention, is like, oh, I might watch it.
Yeah, those would be my top three.
What's my top three? If you have any suggestions, put it in the chat. I think mine are. I think Home Alone. This is not in any order, but Home Alone 2. Love Actually. I'm gonna put Love Actually up there.
Interesting.
And Polar Express.
Oh, Omega says Die Hard.
There's not 5 Men in Black movies. There's 3. I'll tell you what. I used to watch the show. Remember that thing? Remember the TV show for Men in Black?
Mm-hmm.
And have a theme song with it.
I mean, there's the Men in Black International with
oh, that's ass.
and Chris.
There's not another one, unless it's an animated one or something.
What
like
I can
that.
think of. I'm looking now.
I forgot about that Men in Black International movie. That doesn't exist, actually. Forget about that ever existed. That was poo-poo.
I don't consider Coming to America a Christmas movie. I love Coming to America is in my top 5 movies of all time, but I don't.
What's in your top 5 movies of all time?
Well, Coming to America with
okay.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I love that movie. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Are you going to be available Saturday for stream or no? What do you think?
It depends, Eric. Are you going to stop being an asshole?
No.
Say, well, then I'll be there.
So we'll be live on Saturday.
Whenever you stop, that's when I'll stop.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. We're going to be doing more of these. I like these random streams that just have various topics in it because I need to have my sanity, and next year is going to be fucking awful, I think. If you would like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. All that dumb shit that YouTube makes.
And if you want chapless streams on Twitch, be sure to hit up Erica in the DMs.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you want chapless. You don't want chapless streams. Like, what the fuck is that?
No, but chapless is chaps with less. So it's even more fitting with Twitch's new guideline.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I'll see everyone later. Make sure if you want to watch the whole thing in entirety, you got to do it in the next couple hours. All right. See everyone later. Bye.